Hey, everyone. It is J and A coming at you, our last podcast of the year together. Hello. Ooh, 2023 is just around the corner, my friend.
I blinked I blinked. I mean, it was an incredible year.
It really was a good year. Oh my goodness. We are recording quite early and it almost makes me like, where are we in December 29th? Like what's going to be happening on December 29th with all the things and all the things? Are the kids going back to school? Who knows? But you know what I mean? Like, I'm just like, I wonder what's going to be happening during this time of year. Cause last year we had the kids for 6 weeks at school and everyone's sick right now. So we don't know what's going to happen, you know?
I I mm, mm,
You can't even
mm,
talk about it. Well, I
mm.
mean, at least you can play Switch or Twitch or whatever you bought, Alfilo.
Poor Alfie. We need some more work with that kid with his spelling.
Buddy.
It's like when you don't work with your kids, you don't realize how bad they are.
Yes, okay. I see what you're saying. Yes.
I almost like the denial phase.
Okay.
Anyways, he's I think it's getting grade 5 and things are getting harder. And his teacher gives him a lot of independence, which I get. He's going to middle school next year. And like last night, he was like, I said, when are we going to do that assignment? He was like, oh, it's past due. And I was like, excuse moi. And then I said, well, mom didn't see your agenda. And then he had this like little look on his face. And I was like, do you have an agenda? Never seen it. I've never seen it. He's like, yeah, but I don't write in it. And I'm like, are you supposed to? And he's like, yeah. So if schools are closed, it can't be just a switch extravaganza over here at the Hawkins. We
Oh,
have
right. Okay. I see
work
what you're
to
saying.
do.
Oh, Leash. I'm so sorry. Nah.
It's hard. It's like I'm totally like when he first got diagnosed, it felt like such a mountain and I felt like totally like overwhelmed by it.
Yeah.
But at least now I feel like, well, it is what it is and we're gonna do what we can. And like I'm more like it's not emotional, I'm more rational now.
I think you're more also focusing on his strengths and
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like you really have to, because at the end of the day, his strengths are what is going to get him
Yeah.
to move forward, to do his thing, to like
Yeah.
grow. Like, so like, it's like, we can't always just talk about what he, like his challenges.
Yeah.
We need to really focus as well and remember his strengths so that we can really like, okay, what are his strengths? Because I actually was talking to someone who her daughter they just got a meeting with the school and like basically they told her like she will never read. Like she will never read. We were just like going with it. And so they're like, okay. But that's what she said to me. But like she's in grade 4 and I think she can't write tule, like tu, she can't do like tule. Like so like there's clearly like it's she has been diagnosed with multiple things. And so now they're really working with like her strengths of like she's very funny, she's really social, she's very whatever. And so how can she be on her own later on? They're also like working on like how things work like with life. Like they're already like focusing that with her, you know, she's in grade, I want to say 4 maybe.
And we also like live in a time like as I'm like sitting there spelling with him, I'm like, when was the last time I took a piece of paper and like wrote a paragraph with a piece of paper and a pencil? You know what I mean? Like, so, and he knows how to audio message. He knows he has like voice to text on his iPad. So like, we're also living in a time where he has tons of resources that can help him. But I think he's kind of been masking it a little bit, I think is what's happened.
Masking what do you mean?
How bad of a speller he is and like
Okay.
how spelling I think must be like the hardest thing for him. So like his reading is like okay in English, okay in French. I'm also like the poor kid. I'm like 2 languages, buddy, you got this.
No, I know what you're saying as well. Yeah. Is that something that you're thinking of, just putting him in English, or no, you want
Nope.
to like keep that? I
Yeah.
support whatever. Like I know you have your reasons and we support you.
I mean, just based on classroom composition alone, he would get lost in an English classroom because he doesn't have any behaviors and
Okay.
I just don't think he would be a priority. And he loves French. Like he loves French.
Oh, okay. Then we don't. Yeah.
And
Okay.
his like oral is amazing. Like his speaking, his comprehension is amazing. So
Okay.
yeah, no.
Yeah, no,
So
that's good. Okay.
anyway, I think he's been masking how bad he is at spelling.
Okay.
And so I've discovered it. And so now I'm like, let's attack this. Poor buddy.
Yeah, he definitely, but I mean, if he is to be in a family with a mom that's going to be like, we will attack this, and get him, it's not about getting him to the at level. It's just, we know we can do better.
And that's what I said to him. He goes, Mom, I did a test yesterday and I got 2 out of 10. And I said, it is what it is, buddy.
Yeah.
Are you happy? Are you learning?
Yeah.
And there was one other thing. He was like, yep, yep, yep. I'm like, check. Or are we working hard? I said, those are the 3 things.
Yes.
Are we happy? Are we learning? And are we working hard? He was like, yeah. I'm like, then mom doesn't care what you got on your test.
I absolutely love that. I think that it's so important, like, because him loving school, that's where it all starts. Okay. Like it really is, Leo. So like, fuck the 2 on 10. Like, do you like going to school in the morning? Do you like your friends? Do you like, this is what you need to focus on, because all that other shit is going to take over one day, and it's not today. Like one day he might not like going to school. He might be 15, he might be whatever. And then you'll deal with that. But right now that's all that really matters, Lo.
And even like the learning time he does with me, like I make sure it's fun, or
Yeah.
like, you know, when we read, we snuggle in his bed together because there's nothing he loves more than me touching him. So like, you know, maybe that's not the best place, but like, I want to make him enjoy the process.
1,000,000%.
Anyways,
1,000,000%.
how did we get here?
I don't know. I was just asking how the Hawkings were doing.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what happened. Oh, school being closed. It's the 29th. We're not sure, whatever. There's just like a few rumors going on, you guys, but maybe by this time we're like full of shit and nothing happened. So just carry on and forget that we talked about this. Wait, I wanted to say something about the 29th, the new year. Nah, it's all gone now.
The year going so fast.
Yes, yes. 2023, like, what are we looking forward to?
I mean, so fun. We have our show in Fredericton in February.
Showing Fredericton is very exciting, actually. People are like, oh, I see you're doing an event in Fredericton. And I'm like, I like almost like, this is me being me, but I'm like, yes, but we were invited. Like, it's not even like this is like a bigger deal for us. We just want to like point that out. Like, it's not us putting the show together. Like, someone wanted us as the host of a show. I think that's really cool. I really feel happy about that.
Yeah, it's and so happy with the response. Like just seeing people talking, and I saw someone's like, I got a table 10, and then someone else like who I don't know, but I know who they are through like, let's say, social media. She's like a real estate agent in Fredericton. She was like, and she's like our age. She's like, I have a table of 10 as well. And I'm like people are like coming to see us.
Yeah, no. And I'm getting more and more excited. I got like, I got this. No, but like, we got this. It's going to be such a fun, hilarious, inspiring show, because I love that it's the beginning of the year as well. So I do feel like we're definitely going to twist that into like, this can be your year that you do it your way. I really see that, like, in terms of like your life, do life your way.
Oh, I like this for us. Is this our theme this year?
I don't know. I love it. Do life your way. Because I know that we do more than weight loss.
We do.
But I do think that weight loss we help people do life their way. And
do you know what I think happens often is people come to us for weight loss and then they lose weight with them as the boss.
Yeah.
And then they realize that they can accomplish things themselves.
Yeah, they can.
And then and then they're like, wait, if I could figure out weight loss and I did it myself and it's going well, like I could figure out a new job. I could figure out what a divorce would look like. I would figure out, like, they figure it out.
Absolutely. I think that really is a part of it. But I also think that in order for you to lose weight your way, other conversations and other things need to occur as well in your life. Like, it's because you need to create a calorie deficit your way. And I think that to create a calorie deficit your way and to figure that out, you need to have conversations with your spouse. You need to, so I feel like it really sets your life, like in all aspects, your way. And I think it almost happens organically when you're trying to lose weight your way. All the, like, your work, your schedule, your priorities, all of it kind of has to flow in order for you to create a calorie deficit your way. So I think that that's kind of like, you have to almost create your life. Like, you have to say, I want that. I don't want that. You know, you have to be able to express yourself and prioritize yourself in order to lose weight your way. And I think that that's why it kind of like sa spiral da dot affair, because it needs to happen for you to be able to figure this out. You know, I've said it before, like, I don't think that you can create a calorie deficit your way. If you hate your spouse, hate your job, you know, are always tired, are always like that. I don't think you can do that. I don't think there's
I
space
agree.
enough. You do not have the potential yet. So I do think that learning what that could be like first, and then slowly build that confidence and having those conversations and creating that life where it's like, now it's set up for a calorie deficit. Now I'm set up for this, you know? And yeah, I was saying that to actually the conference. I said that. I said, if you like come home and you hate your spouse, and you know, you hate your job, of course you're freaking drinking the bottle of wine and you're eating all the chips. Like, I'm sorry, like that, for that moment, if you don't fix your marriage or your job, you're always going to come home and do that.
100%.
So like there's other things to work on, and you could tell they were really relating to that. And so
And
like,
sometimes,
your spouse.
you know, sometimes people are unhappy, and they're unhappy with multiple aspects of their life. Maybe they're unhappy with their weight, they're unhappy with their job, they're unhappy with their relationship with their spouse, and they think that thinness is going to fix everything.
Yes.
And they think thinness will bring happiness.
Yeah.
And they keep chasing thinness.
Yeah.
Not getting there, never working on the other stuff, because they're just waiting on that hamster wheel for that moment that they weigh 153 and magically their life is going to be the most beautiful thing ever. And it's that hamster wheel we need to get off of, guys. And not like, I'm not going to tell you you shouldn't try to lose weight, because we're your way weight loss. And I really truly believe that for a lot of people, creating their favorite self does include weight loss. But how about we just stop chasing weight loss? How about we just start chasing our favorite self and realize that that's where happiness is waiting for you.
A happy self, and recognizing that there's multiple aspects, and it's literally like, yes, weight loss can make you happier. Okay. Because why? Because you have more energy, and that's what you wanted. Because you can now shop where you wanted to shop, and that's what you like, you know. I just feel like there are things, or you're not like feeling like you're, I don't know, you're feeling like your best. You feel like the outside matches the inside. Like there are multiple aspects to weight loss than other than just I'm thinner.
Just think about, like, I hope I never forget this feeling, but I just think about what it used to be like every single morning getting dressed.
Yeah.
When I was heavier, when I was carrying around 70 more pounds, literally every morning was a struggle. I was sweating. I was frustrated. I would feel like a failure every morning. Okay, this is it. This is your moment. Like every single morning. Imagine starting your day with that negativity.
Yeah.
Every day. That was me. Every single day.
Yeah. And, you know, so obviously just by, you know, being, it's also about like just the feeling of I'm doing something about it. You know, so that really can make you feel like, you know, and it's not like I need to be a size 2 or I need to weigh whatever. It's this current moment. I am not living the way I want to live. Like that's all that really matters in the end, is you feeling like this moment is not how I want to live my life. I'm going to make changes to feel like I'm living the type of life, not I am overweight, I want to be thin. Like that's not really the language that we should be using. Okay,
I love that. I love that language going into the new year, guys. This is an amazing reminder of that language. Not saying I'm going to lose weight this year. This is the year. Like I don't want to be this anymore. So I want to make changes.
Yeah, I think that it shouldn't be about, I know I want that, that being something else. It's, I know I do not want this anymore.
100%. Because guys, you don't know that you want that, because you don't know what lifestyle would need to come with that. You also don't know what you would feel like here. You could be so happy, but all you need to know is that you're not happy here.
And that's all you know. That's all you know. That's
all you know.
Is real. That is all that is real. All that is real is how you feel today about your life. The dream body life that you're imagining is not real yet. And so you need to work on what's real today. And today you don't have energy. Today you're not prioritizing yourself. Today you're not, you know, happy in your marriage. Like that is what you need to focus on, and not I'd be happy if I was divorced. You don't know if that's real. You don't know that. All you know You don't. All you know is that today, this is not how you want to feel. So working on those changes and those conversations with yourself, with your spouse, whatever, is what you need. Because I think that we often hold on to what we don't know as like we would feel that you don't know that. You really hold on to what you do know and what is real today. Okay, so one of the things that we wanted to talk about their resolution before they make their resolution is that in order for you to make, because it's not that because Alicia lost her weight out of a January resolution. So they're not all bullshit. They're not all, you know, they don't go all fail. Like you don't always fail a New Year's resolution. But I do think that one of the things though, is that this is not going to be the January if you don't do something different than every other January.
Thank you. Say it again, louder for people at the back. Put the juice cleanse down, put the containers down, delete MyFitnessPal, do not get a gym membership. Stop trying to do this exactly like you've done it every January for the last 20 years.
Yeah. And even to the point of, you know, well, I've joined, you know, maybe you've joined your weight loss in the past and you're like, well, that's what I did and I didn't stick to it and whatever. It's not that you didn't stick to your weight loss. You didn't stick to your way. Your way was probably still dieting. Like, I think that people don't realize that even at your weight loss, you have to create a way that is not dieting, and that is difficult. That is work. That is intention. And you have to do the program. I think that I for sure someone that's like, I did your weight loss and it didn't work. And I say, did you watch a video or send an email to team? And they'd be like, I started and then I'm in my mirror. And I'm like, so that's not your weight loss, you know? So it's like, you need to just you eating vegetables is not your weight loss.
No, it's not. It was so funny. I had a conversation once with someone who said, yeah, my sister's doing your weight loss, but they weren't a member. And I was like, she said, well, she's just doing it her way. And I was like, oh, no, yeah, that's not your weight loss. Like your weight loss is a program. There is videos to watch. There's content to take in. You need to stay connected to who you said you wanted to be. That is your weight loss.
Also for me, it's the language piece. Like I know when someone does your weight loss or really practices your weight loss by how they speak and the things they say, you know what I mean? So like,
you know that they're listening.
Yes. So I'm like, oh, they're a your weight loss member because of how they're speaking, not because they lost 50 pounds. That for me is where I see that difference between someone that is really taking in, like, have you ever like met those members and like takes a while, but have you met those members, you talk to them and it's like, wow, they're really listening.
Yes.
They really like
yes.
the way they're speaking. They even catch other people's language. And even like, so they're really taking in and really being in the moment and really intentionally listening.
Mm-hmm. Guys, I told this to, I don't know where I said this, but I'm going to say it again. Piper was recently on antibiotics. It was so easy to remember to take her antibiotics when she was really sick. What happens as she gets better? Antibiotics takes like 10 days or something. By day 8, people are better. How hard is it to remember to take your antibiotics once you're feeling better? So hard.
So difficult.
So difficult. You need the physical reminder. That's what your weight loss is. It is that physical, when you join your weight loss, not when you just creep us, not when you listen to the podcast, not when you watch us live on Instagram and tap through our stories, when you are a your weight loss member and you get that daily email every day, when team sends you an email once a month, when you scroll through your Facebook and you see it on the community group, that is your reminder to take your damn antibiotics.
Yeah.
And we need that reminder.
Yeah. And like, that's not just like us, like that's like, it's written everywhere in books. You want to make a change. Once the change is there, you have to stay connected to that environment. You have like, it's like James Clear said in Atomic Habits. He said, even after, you know, if you want to read books, joining a book club is really going to help you with reading your books. Like, it's just that physical reminder that you're reading a book. And then he's like, but that's if you really want to be the person that reads it, like you really need to do that. And even after you've like, I've read a book and whatever, you have to keep being in the thing. It's like, if not, you're going to go to a different lifestyle, a different whatever. So if you really want, it's what I said to Dr. J's thing. You really want to be plant-based, you can't just come to a 15-minute conference and think this is enough for you to like become what he became. Like, it really have to like eat it and like take it all in and listen and make adjustments and not give up. And like, so that's why I'm like, you really need to understand how much you need to want this to do that, you know?
And you need to stay connected to it, you guys. Even if you want it, life is so busy. We are on this earth for other reasons other than weight loss. You're going to have to be purposeful with it. You're going to have to give it attention. You're going to have to be intentional with it. It doesn't have to take over your whole life, but you are going to need to give it a resource. And you know what? Your Way Weight Loss asks most of our members is their brain.
Oh yeah.
Like, that's what we need from you. We don't need you to go for a run. We don't need you to go to the grocery store. We don't need you to meal prep. We need your brain. That's what we need. We need you to be open to doing this different, to thinking different, to acting different. Isn't different exciting? Like, when I'm tired of something, I'm excited when it's a different way.
Yeah. Yes. And I want you to know that the people that are like, you know, sometimes you see people and they're like, wow, they seem that they're accomplishing so much. They seem like they know where they're going. They don't seem lost in life or with life. And they just like, are like, I want you to know that they look happy. They look content. They look satisfied. You know, all of these things that maybe you're like, oh, I just feel lost sometimes. Like, do I even have a purpose? Like, you know what I mean? I don't feel that way about my own life. Like, I feel like I know where I'm going. I have a purpose. Dying is my nightmare. Like, I have shit to do, whatever.
Yeah.
And I really feel like the only difference is the investment that we put in our thoughts. Like, literally. And so I read that I was trying to find it, but I think I'm like too late in the stories. It was like the biggest investment that you can put is in between your two ears. Like, really recognizing that the shit you're not accomplishing is because how you think, that what is stopping you from accomplishing the shit you think you can accomplish is not money, is not time, is not resources. It's literally how you think. And that's what I like. And that, like, you're in control of this.
Guys, that is like what is holding you back right now. Like, you're listening to this, it's almost January 1st, and probably most people are setting a resolution to lose weight, which is fine. Okay. But I need you to really listen to yourself, think right now. And what are those limiting beliefs you have in there? Oh, it's going to be hard because of this. Oh, I can't do it because of this. None of those things are the reason why you have not been successful in the past. None of those.
Yeah.
It was too restrictive. I'm a picky eater. I don't like to exercise. I love wine. None of those are the reason why you are carrying around the weight that you're carrying. It's the way you think.
Yeah. So when you can start changing the way you think, the way you speak around food, it happens. You actually start changing the way you behave. And it's that piece of like, it takes time to really take that all in and be like, well, shit, what they're saying is I am like, it's working. I know what they mean.
Well,
like,
shit.
Well, shit. That's like vraiment français. Well, shit. But I was doing this live about like, why you're not losing weight on the community group. And I was like, guys, I just really want to, bring you back. I'm bringing you back. Because I said, right now, we're all saying things like, I'm not losing weight because of the Christmas parties. I'm not losing weight because of the wine. I'm not losing weight because I'm busy. I'm not losing weight because it's the holidays. You're not losing weight because your lifestyle is not creating a calorie deficit. Now, and you're like, ugh, you're so annoying with this. I'm like, why is this so important? Is because when you say things like, I'm not losing weight because of holiday parties, you're putting out there in your brain that you can't have holiday parties and lose weight, which is false. It also is not putting a reason behind why you're gaining weight. And I think it's important to not always attach certain events or certain foods or certain times of year to weight gain, but just say, I am gaining weight right now because the lifestyle, which yes, could be the holiday parties, is putting me in a surplus. But when we say things like, I am not losing weight or I'm gaining weight because I am in a surplus, it opens up an opportunity here to say, is there a way that I could like be less in a surplus? So just that conversation. And then there's a comment. I'm still trying to figure out what my number is. That was the comment. And I was like, okay, like and I was like, first of all, do we want to lose weight? Second of all, less than right now. And if you don't know where you could be eating less than right now, do the 7-day lifestyle challenge. But you guys, I was thinking about this, Alicia, while I was doing my coffee. Okay. I'm like, why is that so difficult for people to like, they're like less than right now. And I'm like, yes, you don't have one area. You don't have one habit, or you don't have one moment of awareness where you think, in this moment, I am consuming a lot of calories. Like there must be, it's like when you're spending so much money, there are moments where you're like, ooh, right now I am just rolling in the tapping. I'm just tapping. Are there moments where you're just tapping your credit card? Like
Yes.
those moments those moments you're having moments like right now, even if Jeff was like, okay, great example. Jeff's like, Josie, the credit card bill is blah, 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 blah. It's a lot where there's a lot coming out. Even if I'm not aware of how much it is, if he tells me that I just need to start spending less, I know exactly how to do that without having a number, I will stop going on Shein.com and that's pretty much it. Like the groceries I need to still buy. It's pretty much the shopping. I know I have like the habit of like just like 10:30 p.m. random like confirmation of order. I feel like those are the ones like right away. That's the one that I can stop. I'm like, okay, I will stop spending more money on clothes. Like I know that. So it's so funny for me that food people don't seem to have that same awareness of where they're eating. Like
I know. And there's so many layers to it. It's like, first of all, people not believing that it's as simple as that. Also, I do think deep down, probably most people do know where they could spend less. I really do think that most people could identify specific areas in their life where a lot of calories are coming in.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. It's like, you could definitely like, oh, we could stop going out. We eat out a lot. Like it's more like, it's nothing you do bad. It's like, what are your habits that you're spending a lot?
It's there. I'm not judging you. It's just fact. This is what's happening. We're not judging. This is happening. Do you want a different outcome? Then if you do, we need to act differently.
Exactly. Your credit card bill is this. You are gaining weight. Like what do we want? Can you think of areas where you could be spending less? Can you think of areas where you could be eating less? And I think that's like, I don't know why that is so different. And so like, I don't know. And I'm like, my gosh, like, I'm sure there are areas or habits that you have that you're like, yeah, I could definitely be, but it's funny. We're like, broccoli, what? No, I'm not saying that you need to change the whole thing. It's like, there must be something that you're doing that you're realizing this. And if not, we've created a tool for you.
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess our biggest resolution tip for you is if you want a different January outcome, you need to not repeat the same January way. It can be the same resolution, you guys, but it cannot be the same way that you approach it. And I'll be speaking for Alicia. Basically, your approach was, I don't quit this time. That was literally it. Like, you knew you wanted weight loss, but it was like, I'm not quitting. So here we are, 5, 6, 7 years later?
3 things I did different, you guys. I decided I wouldn't quit this time. I decided that I would not set a goal weight or a timeline for the first time ever. So I didn't put that pressure on how much I had to lose and how fast I had to lose it. And I committed to prioritizing my happiness. So I wasn't going to sacrifice and feel deprived and hungry and give up my entire life for the purpose of weight loss. That was it. That's what I did different. I didn't do different. I thought different. And then I acted different.
Yes. And please know, even those 3 things, like even especially the happiness one, what makes Alicia happy is different this year than it was 5 years ago. So please recognize that like happiness is an adjustment. It keeps changing. You keep like what you value, what you want to prioritize, what makes sense to you keeps changing. And that's what you're not ready for. Because what makes you happy January 2nd is not probably what's going to make you happy January 16th. And then the minute you're no longer happy doing what you think you thought you were going to happy doing, you're like, oh, I quit and I'm going to wait till I'll, want to do that again. But there is always a way for you to chase happiness and get weight loss at the same time. You just have to keep adjusting and having those like self-reflection and self-awareness.
100%.
Okay, everyone. I mean, happy new year. We'll see you in the new year. Thank you so much for being here with us. We love you. We appreciate you, and have a fantastic end of year. Peace out. See you in 2023.